Good evening, students. I'm sorry there was some technical glitch. All right, so I welcome you in the session of SEBI Grade A examination, whereby we are revising the MCQs of economics for SEBI. I hope your preparations for SEBI are going well. And today it's a second last session for the economic MCQ series. There will be one last session for the economics tomorrow. And after that, from Monday, we will be beginning with the Companies Act. So let's start with the session. I hope I'm clearly visible and audible now. Okay, good evening, good evening, good evening, everyone. Okay, so here I begin with the question number 1. What refers to the market situation in which there are a large number of firms which sell closely related but differentiated products? Yes, the right answer is option number E. Monopolistic competition. So monopolistic competition is a type of market structure whereby there are different brands, different companies who work in a same type of product but in a different way, in a different uh, product. Okay. For example, the coffee shops, for example, the clothing brands. So they all are working on clothes but on a different type of, so that is the monopolistic competition where large number of firms which sell closely related but differentiated products. Okay, question number 2. Which of the following statement about the consumer behavior and utility analysis is correct? Now here you have to identify the correct and the incorrect statement. So, total utility increases with every additional unit consumed, but the rate of increase diminishes as more units are consumed, and eventually, total utility starts declining after a certain point. Two indifference curves can intersect each other when a consumer faces similar combinations of two goods. The marginal rate of substitution represents the rate at which a consumer is willing to sacrifice some amount of good in order to obtain an additional unit of another good while maintaining the same level of satisfaction. Okay, so what do you think is the correct answer over here? Anyone? Okay. Hi, Alina. I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing your name wrong. Yes, Lahiri is right. The right answer is E. 1 and 3 are correct and 2 is incorrect because two indifference curves can never intersect each other when a consumer faces a similar combination of two goods. This is correct. The total utility increases with every additional unit consumed, but the rate of increase diminishes as more units are consumed and eventually total utility starts declining after a certain point. ये हमने कल भी पढ़ा था. Marginal utility और total utility का एक question आया था. In that also we have studied the same. Okay. Okay. The statement third is also right. This is wrong because indifference curves can never intersect with each other. No, the right answer is E, whereby 1 and 3 are correct and 2 is the incorrect. Okay. Which of the following statements about the production theory are correct? Question number 3, anyone? Question number 3, Janvi, Himanshu. What do you mean by production theory? What is production theory? No, the right answer is option number C. That is only 3 is incorrect. Please note that they are asking which of the which of the following statements are incorrect, not the correct statement. So only Statement 3 is incorrect because the slope of an isoquant curve decreases as we move downward along it. Okay, these are correct statements. When you'll be asked such questions, आपको यहाँ पे ना options में correct statement के भी options दिए जाएंगे so that you can get easily confused. So thereby you have to be very concentrated while preparing for exam or solving a question. Okay. Okay, okay. So I've asked you what is production theory. If there anyone who would like to answer. So production theory is theory actually studies that how a firm uses inputs to generate output. Okay, whatever the things required to generate output, like the labor, capital, market, anything of that sort. All right, that is the production theory. Question number 4. Consider the following statements. Here you have to say which one is the correct statement. Marginal cost is not affected by the fixed cost. When marginal cost is greater than average cost, the average cost rises as the output increases. And when total cost rises at a diminishing rate, marginal cost increases. What do you think is the right answer here? Question number 4. No. The right answer is option number A. 1 and 2 are correct because marginal cost is not affected by fixed cost but variable cost. When MC is greater than average cost, the AC rises as output increases. Yes, this is also right. Third one is incorrect because when total cost rises at a diminishing rate, marginal cost falls, not increases. Okay. Okay, the right answer is option number A. Yes, right, Lahiri. Please read carefully what is being asked, correct or incorrect option, and please pay attention to the terms. Okay. Okay. Question number 5. Which of the following, how is the economic discomfort index determined? Okay, so there is also another name for the economic discomfort index. I want you to all answer that in the comment section with the answer of this question. What do you think? Yes, Lahiri, you're absolutely right. In employment, yes, exactly. The name is misery index. Very good, very, very good. So the option number A is the right answer, unemployment rate plus the inflation rate. And it is also called a misery index. Okay. Question number 6. The marginal cost curve intersects which of the following cost curves at the minimum point? What do you think is the right answer over here? Yes, average cost and average variable cost. If you can, please also give reasons with the answer. Okay. Okay. Yes. Okay. Consider the following statements about the monopoly market. Statement number 1. In a monopoly, the average revenue curve is the downward sloping demand curve faced by the firm. The marginal revenue curve always lies below the average revenue curve. The marginal revenue curve falls more slowly than the AR curve. What is the right answer over here? Here you have to tell the correct statement. Which of the following statements are correct? Why D? Hmm. Right, Anjali is right here. The right answer is A because the MR curve falls but not slowly, faster than the AR curve. This is the glitch over here. Okay, so right answer is option number A. These two are correct. Okay, वैसे this is a confusing question because you can get confused because they have written that MR curves fall than the AR curve, but here you have to see that this is not slowly, but it falls faster than the AR curve. Okay. Yes, the right answer is A for the question number 7. Moving on to the next, consider the following statements regarding the oligopoly market. Firms, here also you have to tell me which of the following statements are correct. Okay. Firms follow the policy for price rigidity due to fear of price war. Various sales promotion techniques are used to promote sales of the product. If the firm produce a differentiated product like automobiles, the industry is pure or perfect oligopoly. What do you think is the right answer over here? Yes. Roman, your answer is right. The correct answer is D, because if the firm produce differentiated products, it is not called the pure oligopoly, but it is called the differentiated oligopoly. But when firm produces homogeneous product, then it is called the perfect oligopoly. For the above statements are correct, but this one is the incorrect option. Okay. Consider the below statements regarding the perfect competition. The products offered for sale in the market are homogeneous. A firm is the price taker. The demand curve is unitary elastic. What do you think is the right answer? What do you think are the correct statements? Question number 9. Why do you think that third statement is incorrect? Lahiri, since you have answered it the first, Himanshu, tell me why the third statement you think is the incorrect. What's wrong in this statement? No, no, the right answer is B only, and the statement number third is incorrect, but I want you to answer why it is incorrect. Exactly, because the demand curve here will be perfectly elastic. Okay, consider the following statements regarding the king demand curve model of oligopoly. When one firm raises its price, rival firms also increases their prices. When one firm reduces its price, rival firms keep their prices unchanged. The marginal revenue curve has a discontinuous gap at the point of the kink in the demand curve. What do you think is the correct statement over here? It is about the kingdom demand curve of model of the oligopoly market. Yes, Anjali, you are right. Lahiri, you are also right. Now, please answer the question number 10. In the statement question, if you are telling me perfect particular statement is correct and the other one is incorrect, also tell me the reason why the other statements are incorrect. Okay. Yes. 10th D is the right answer. Only 3 is correct. But why these are incorrect? Because when one firm raises its price, it's not necessary that rival firms also raise their price, because they sometimes keep their price same to gain more and more customers. Okay. Yes, very nice, Lehari. What about the second one? यहाँ पर ऐसा होगा कि अगर एक फर्म प्राइस रिड्यूस कर रहा है तो दूसरे वाले भी रिड्यूस कर सकती है टू गेन दी कस्टमर्स या करेक्ट. Okay, so moving on to the question number 11. Which of the following statements are correct? Under monopolistic competition, products are differentiated and these differences are made known to the buyers through selling cost. Right, Anjali. In monopolistic competition, buyers and sellers do not have perfect knowledge about the market conditions. Demand curve under the monopolistic competition is less elastic as compared to the demand curve under the monopoly. Focus on the questions इन स्टेटमेंट बेस्ड क्वेश्चन कि कहाँ पर चीज़ों को करेक्ट और इनकरेक्ट किया जा रहा है. जैसे लास्ट स्टेटमेंट में वाइस वर्सा लिखा हुआ था. इंक्रीज या डिक्रीज में चेंजेस हो जाता है, नॉट या एप्लीकेबिलिटी में चेंजेस होते हैं, कोई चीज़ एप्लीकेबल होगी तो वहाँ पे दे आर राइटिंग दैट दिस इज नॉट लाइक दिस. So that's where the examiner changes the question and it seems correct and incorrect. You have to notice all this. Okay. 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 Which of the following statements are correct? Question number 11. I didn't got the answer yet. Why? Yes, the right answer is A. 1 and 2 are correct. Why is 3 incorrect? Himanshu, Lahiri, what do you think? Why do you think that option number 3 is incorrect here? No, it's not E. The answer is A only. Because demand curve under monopolistic competition is more elastic. More elastic, more elastic. Right, Himanshu, right, Lahiri. You're absolutely correct. Very good, very good. Okay, moving on to the next question, number 12. Which of the following statements are correct? Monopolistic competition occurs when an industry has many firms offering products that are similar but not identical. ऊपर ही हमने ऐसा एक question किया है. In addition to price competition, non-price competition also exists under the monopolistic competition. Under monopolistic competition, every firm incurs losses in the short run. What do you think is the right answer here? Question number 12, everyone. Yes, the right answer is C for the question number 12. But why? Why the third one is incorrect here? What do you think? Okay, correct, correct, correct. Okay, okay, okay. Now moving on to the next question. Identify the incorrect statement. Okay, incorrect statement on the balance of payments. BOP is the record of all economic transactions of the country with the rest of the world during a defined period. BOP transactions are broadly divided into two heads, current account and capital account. In short run, firm may face supernormal, normal profits and also losses. Yes, correct, Lahiri, you are absolutely right. BOP capital account covers exports and imports of goods and services, factor income and unilateral transfers. Okay, what is the difference between unilateral and bilateral transfers? And what is the correct answer over here? Which statement is incorrect over here? Yes, the correct answer is B. Okay, the right answer is B. Yeah, okay, okay. So moving on to the next, if an economy experiences a stagflation, what is happening according to the Phillips curve? What is Phillips curve? What do you mean by this Phillips curve? What do you mean by the stagflation, disinflation, deflation, and differences? Okay, so I want all you to answer in the comment section about the terms like deflation. Okay, I'm unable to take it. Okay, so deflation, disinflation, and stagflation. Okay, what do you think is the right answer for the option for the question number 14? Lahiri, yes. The right answer is option number D. Inverse relation with the inflation and unemployment is the Phillips curve. Correct, Himanshu. Okay. So deflation, disinflation, and inflation and stagflation. Answer all these in the comment section. Himanshu, Lahiri, Anjali, Roman, I want all you to answer this in the comment section. Okay. What is the term used to describe the level of unemployment that exists when the economy is operating at its natural rate of unemployment in the long run? Very, very important question. Same question has been asked in the 2022 or 2024 examination, I guess. So this is one of the very important question and a repeated question, I would say. Okay, the answer is option number D, that is full employment. Okay. Which type of the unemployment arises due to ups and downs in the overall economic activity during different phases of business cycle, that is boom and the recession. Question number 16. No, it's not structural unemployment. The right answer here is the cyclical unemployment. Yes, cyclical unemployment is the right answer. Question number 17. During a period of economic expansion, how does the inflation rate generally behave? Question number 17. Yes, the right answer is A, because economic expansion often leads to the increased demand, okay, which can put upward pressure on the prices. Prices बढ़ेंगे तो inflation भी बढ़ेगा. Okay, correct. Question number 18. Explain the concept of transaction demand for money and how it influences the overall demand for money in the economy. Transaction demand for money and how does it influences the overall demand for money in the economy. Yes, aggregate demand increases to the upward in the prices and increase in the inflation. Correct. Question number 18. What do you think is the right answer? Transaction demand is unrelated to the overall demand for money? No. Transaction demand refers to the need for money to facilitate day-to-day transactions such as buying goods and services. Transaction demand is only relevant in the context of international trade? No. Transaction demand is inversely related to the interest rate? Not at all. Transaction demand refers to the need for money to facilitate annual transactions such as buying goods and services. No, it's for the day-to-day transaction. ठीक है? The right answer is B. Discuss the factors that contribute to the speculative demand for the money and how it is influenced by changes in the interest rate. Speculative demand is unrelated to interest rate. Speculative demand Speculative demand is driven by the desire to earn interest income. Speculative demand is influenced by the expectations of future changes in the bond prices and interest rate. Speculative demand is exclusive to the stock market transactions and is exclusive to the money market transaction. What do you think is the right answer over here? Yes, the right answer is C. स्पेक्यूलेशन का मतलब ही ये होता है कि आप स्पेक्यूलेट कर रहे हो, आप गेस कर रहे हो, आप यू आर ट्राइंग टू नो, ओके, यू आर ट्राइंग टू make decisions accordingly. No, it's not A, it's C. Okay, during an expansionary phase of business cycle, what happens to the aggregate demand and output? Very quick. You guys are very quick in answering. Both increases. Yeah, both increases, correct. Price elasticity of demand is an important concept of microeconomics that shows how sensitive customers are to changes in the price of goods or services. It helps businesses and policymakers to understand how a price changes affect total revenue and customer demand. A higher elasticity means customers react strongly to price changes, while a lower elasticity means demand is relatively stable. Which of the following expression correctly represents the formula for the price elasticity of demand? इतनी बड़ी कहानी लिखी है आप लोगों का टाइम वेस्ट करने के लिए. पहले ही लिखा है price elasticity of demand, then you can move on to the question. They are asking the formula for the price elasticity of demand. सिंपल सी बात है, अगर आपको फॉर्मूला याद है तो आप ये क्वेश्चन कर सकते हैं. अदरवाइज यू कैन नॉट डू एनी गेस वर्क ओवर हियर, यू विल डू, अदरवाइज दैट विल बी अ ब्लंडर. तो प्लीज देख लीजिए व्हाट यू थिंक इज द राइट आंसर ओवर हियर. Question number C. Option number C is right. So these are the questions where you can either gain or score marks, because maybe most of the students won't remember answers for such questions or may get confused by the options. तो या तो सबके गलत होंगे या people will skip this question. So here you can score. जो बहुत अलग क्वेश्चन होते हैं, miscellaneous टाइप होते हैं, there you can score the questions. Some questions are very easy, so everybody is gaining marks over there. But in order to create that difference, in order to get that margin, you need to get yourself sharpen over such kind of questions. Okay, that's the reason we always advise you to solve more and more questions. आपने कोई भी एक टॉपिक पढ़ लिया है तो उस पर बहुत सारे क्वेश्चन सॉल्व करिए, जितने ज़्यादा क्वेश्चंस आप हो सकते हैं उस पर सॉल्व करिए, बिकॉज क्वेश्चन से ही यू विल बी एबल टू रिमेंबर दी कॉन्सेप्ट्स एज वेल एज फॉर्मूलाज और वट एवर इज बींग आस्क्ड इन द एग्जाम. ऑल राइट, moving on to the very good. Moving on to the question number 22. The elasticity of demand measures how the quantity demanded of a product changes in response to a changes in the price. Which of the following factors generally make the demand for a product less elastic? What do you think is the right answer over here? Question number 22. Why C? Why necessity goods? Yes, because necessity goods like medicines, basic food items, electricity, these are inelastic because इनकी ज़रूरत हमें हमेशा ही होती है, चाहे कुछ भी चल रहा हो इकोनॉमी में, है ना? So these are generally inelastic. Even when the price goes high, even if situations are not up to the mark, the जो भी situation है, these products are always required, है ना? Okay, so in the 1980s, India's financial, whatever the questions we are doing today, if you'll observe, most of them are either the statement based question or lengthy questions. So these questions are generally for the phase 2 level of questions. Okay, all right. In the 1980s, India's financial system faced challenges such as limited short-term borrowing, options, weak monetary policy and transmission. आप अगर क्वेश्चन सॉल्व करते हैं तो आपके अलग से कॉन्सेप्ट्स भी रिवाइज हो रहे हैं, है ना? To review and reform the financial and monetary system. One of these committees highlighted the urgent need to develop the money market, a market for short-term funds to improve liquidity management and enhance the effectiveness of the Reserve Bank's India's monetary operations. Which of the following committee was first to emphasize the need for developing money market instruments in India? Committee बतानी है? नहीं. No, it's not C. It's B. Chakravarti committee. It's B. Chakravarti committee. Why you are saying C and D? Before independence, India lacked a consistent method for calculating the national income. To address this gap, the Government of India set up the National Income Committee in 1949 to build a systematic framework for the estimation of national income. After independence, the National Income Committee was chaired by again committee. बताइए, एक कमेटी गलत बताइए, एक तो सही बता दीजिए. Everybody right answer here. बहुत सारी कमिटीज दी हैं इन्होंने, जिन्होंने ये वाली कमेटी भी दी है. Very very famous person. Amartya Sen, D.R. Gadgil, these people have also given recommendations for various committee. Okay, the right answer is B. PC Mahalanobis. No, it's not D, it's B. Right, Lahiri Himanshu, you guys are right over here. Okay, so the last question for today. During the Great Depression of 1930s, widespread joblessness could not be explained by the classical economic theories, which assumed that market always moved toward full employment. To address this gap, who introduced the concept of involuntary unemployment? Who introduced the concept of? ठीक है, पहले तो बता दीजिए, what is this involuntary unemployment? हाँ ठीक है, option number C is right. What is involuntary unemployment? Everyone. Definition, everyone. Not very correct. What you are saying is not really very. It's an involuntary unemployment, not voluntary unemployment. Okay. So involuntary unemployment is an unemployment where people are willing to work and they are able to work at a prevailing wage rate but still cannot find jobs. Okay. क्योंकि demand नहीं है because of insufficient aggregate demand in the economy. Okay. So this is the last question for this session. I want all you to answer in the comment section about the stagflation, disinflation and deflation, and also involuntary unemployment. Okay. Hmm. Hmm. So I will be checking your comments, and tomorrow there will be last session on YouTube for economics, and from Monday we will be beginning with the Companies Act. So study well. Companies Act will be revising the MCQs of Companies Act. Okay. Also revise the previous year papers very well, and I hope all your preparations are going good. Okay. So let's see you all in the next session, which we will be doing in our course at 5 p.m. Till then, prepare well and take care. All the best. Thank you.